On my black female Asian male video, somebody left me a comment saying, "This isn't a good video for you to make. I can understand Sung liking white women, but his reason for not liking black women doesn't make any sense. You should just stick to what you know." But I think the reason why black female Asian male relationships are so polarized is because people tend to stick to what they know. So, are Koreans racist? No, I think it's more of an ignorance issue. Koreans don't get a lot of one-on-one exposure with black women. So a lot of what they know is what they see on TV, hence Sung's view of black women. There are two videos that I watched on YouTube, and they both represented black women who have had experiences in Korea. The first video is called Black in Korea, Racism or Ignorance. And the user who made this video and is in this video, her name is Charlie Cheer. She says in her video she was welcomed when she first arrived to Korea and that she continued to feel welcome there. In fact, people often came up to her and told her how pretty she was. She said people often stared at her, but it's because they were more curious than they were having negative thoughts about her. She says, a lot of people say, oh, Koreans hate black people, but you can't say that a whole race feels a certain way because everybody's an individual. When she was at a noraebang, or a Korean karaoke room, she saw a video of a bunch of Korean people in blackface singing It's Raining Men. In the video, I saw the black people were kind of, uh, they were trying to portray, the Korean people who were playing the black people were portraying the black people like in an exaggerated kind of goofy way. And she pointed out in the video that if a race is portrayed negatively, then it can become offensive. For example, like she says, if a non-Korean were to like pull their eyes like this, it's offensive to an Asian person, obviously. And it's the same concept. One second, my voice is going away. Alrighty. The second video is also a girl who had experiences in Korea, and the video is called Black in Korea, and the user's name is CRC0087. She says in her video, if you're a foreigner, people will stare at you because Korea has only recently opened up to foreigners and Koreans are not quite used to seeing foreigners yet. The stares she gets aren't racist, like Charlie Cheer. It's mostly curiosity. People come up to her and they want to touch her hair and her skin, and she talks about how Koreans use skin color. She says, white is great in Korea, and unfortunately, the darker you are, the worse off you are. Korean ladies will sometimes use umbrellas to mask their skin from when they go outside. She'll go into beauty supply stores and she says it's awkward because there are all of these skin whitening products and advertisements for having whiter skin and being whiter and how white is great. And she says there's this idea in Korea that brown and black is dirty. And her kids meaning that she's an English teacher, will come up to her and tell her, teacher, you're dirty. When they see black people on TV in Korea, they always associate black people with hip hop. and things similar to that. One second again. Alright. Sorry. I just got finished running. I'm kind of dehydrated. um, so, like, whenever she goes out, she said a few times Korean men would come up to her and say things like, yo, 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 what up, sister? Or, have you ever been in a rap video before? Or, damn, you got booty. Or, why is your hair so big and curly? Why is your nose wider? Or, why are your eyes so big? And any of these features. I think it's just preconceived, preconceived ideas that they had before they really looked at her. One lady came up to her one time and said, you're really pretty, but you don't have a monkey face. And she says when Korean people say things like this to her, it's really because, like, they're ignorant. It's really out of ignorance or extreme ignorance. It's not said with the same racist mindset as some Americans would have. She says Koreans really don't know that they're being racist. She said to the lady who told this to her, thank you, but no thank you. That can be offensive, what you just said. It would be like she said to this lady, oh, you're really pretty, but you don't have a flat face like other Koreans. And I think the most important point that she made in this video was that Black women need to explain and help Koreans understand that Black women are not like the Black women that are portrayed in Korean culture. And I think ultimately there needs to be more positive portrayals of Black women in Korean society and media, but not just Korean society and media. I think also in American society, because although Korean society is more openly offensive about the portrayal of Black women, American society still has like underlying ways of portraying the same thing. They do it a little more vaguely, but it's still there. So I know that's a minor change, just to change the media, but I think it would make a huge difference. So I'm not surprised. More change needs to be made. That's not a shocker.